Hello everyone, welcome back to our Rhino and Grasshopper tutorial. In one of our previous tutorial down in the description, we talked about how to build a Mobius strip inside of Grasshopper. And in that solution, we used Python to make the remainder. So in class today, I think Python is very unnecessary to teach. So I just separate the solution. One is applying for the odd solution, which is in case this will be 1 pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, 7 pi, so on and so forth. And the other one, I made the even solution, so 4, 6, 8, so on and so forth. But one of my students reminded me that there is a remainder inside of Grasshopper, so I just used this and I generate this like general solution without using Python. So it's very helpful. No matter it's even number or like all number, it's going to work. And for our architecture students specifically, I want to generate this new definition for all of you, and you can gain some knowledge from this. So I will briefly talk about the logic here, and then you can play with this by yourself. So we generate this overall shape with like definition we have passed in class, and then we will explode this surface, right? Because there is no fillet over here, it's 0, so we can explode this surface into 4 different segments, and then we use this group of code to find the lowest point of the bounding box, which is right here. I'll show you the bounding box, right? So this set of code is used to find the lowest point of the bounding box, which is somewhere here at this point. And then we start from this point, we generate the contour. Okay, so let me hide those first for a second. We generate the contour based on this component here, just called contour. And then we can simply bake it, right? Make them into a one group. And for the Booleans and everything, I just was being lazy and used Lunchbox. So when you bring this file into your computer, if you don't have Lunchbox, the system should remind you to download it. If you cannot find it, just Google it, like Grasshopper Lunchbox installation. It's very easy to finish online. So, and then I will generate those like surfaces based on the exploded surface, right? This construct this wrap, which is this poly surface here, and we explode it, making it into pieces, like 4 different pieces. And then we will generate those surfaces based on those pieces with the help of Lunchbox, right? So we will get those diamond shaped panels, and then there are input like UV input, and then I will bake them. And also here, I can get the like diagram structure, and then also I can just bake it right here. But keep in mind that in order to make sure it's going to match, right, those input for UV direction has to be the same. And also, you can play with it and you will realize that on the V direction, the input has to be like 4, 8, or 12, or like 16. So otherwise, it's not going to match, right? It's just some geometric stuff that you can play with yourself. And now, let's take a look of what we have got here. So we can take a look of the rendered mode, and let's put a plane here and go to the front view. So we got that. We got a bunch of like panels, right? Diagonal panels. And then we got those Booleans or structure outside, right? And then we will get those floors also. So isn't that great? Right? Just keep that in mind when you bake them. Make sure that you're going to make them into groups. I think I might do something wrong here, but it should be in the same group. Okay, let me check here. It is in the same group, so good. So make sure that you're going to bake them into the same group, right? By clicking group, yes, please. And then you can play with it by using different material and with different sort of setup. Okay, so again, with some simple codes, you can generate something very, very cool here, right? Again, with the surface here. It's just very, very elegant, isn't it? So, and also inside of Lunchbox, there are all kind of different types of panel you can play with. If this is Lunchbox, it's not. So this one is Lunchbox. Right here, there are like diagrid structure. There are like brass grid, 1D structure, so on and so forth. And there are different kind of panels you can play with again. Okay, for the industrial design, this is relatively simpler, or right? So we just generate this kind of grid structure with a grid structure component inside of Grasshopper and inside of Lunchbox. And then we will just use this to generate this overall form. I mentioned that we can make a furniture based on this. No matter it's aluminum or if it's wood panel, we need to have some sort of like bracing, or we have to have some sort of structure on the end. And this is inside, sorry. And this is the components that you can generate your structure for your own design. And again, the beauty of this is you can change all the inputs, right? You can change it, the size on all directions. You can change the number of period that this will inherit, so on and so forth. Okay, so again, in order to make sure that when you open your file, this is not going to crash. For architecture students, I will disable for you, right? And when you want to like play with it by yourself, you just select all those components and then middle click it and enable it. Then you can play with it. Thank you so much. And hopefully you will enjoy this tutorial. Again, this file will be inside of the description down below. And thank you so much. Have a good day.